Fanatically Correct. Brought to you by us, fans like you, but mostly us.
When Fury asked me to come up here and see how you were doing, he felt bad about snapping at you.
Really?
You guys do have sarcasm on this earth, right?
In a dark corner of the world, three men will work together to bring you a podcast like no other. This is Fanatically Correct, where the fans, the geeks, and the nerds are always correct. With your host, MSK, YoPeace and Omega.
We're talking today a little bit of a Spider-Man Far From Home review.
Whoa. Slow down now. This is a non-spoiler review.
No spoiler.
Okay.
No spoiler review. Yeah. Very important. No, don't have to worry about Spoiler alert.
There you go. Let him know. Straight from the gate.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, we don't have to do that. There's not going to be any spoilers in this. MSK is not with us for this. He has not yet seen it anyway, so he won't be able to give much of a review. I'm your host, Omega.
YoPeace.
And yeah, so MSK, he's been sucked into an MSK verse in his noir reality. Remember the Spider Noir from Spider-Verse? The MSK would live there. He totally would. He loves like detective shows and that style, so he would totally stay in there. That's kind of a big thing too right now. Spider-Verse on Netflix, and I think everybody's seen it maybe like 100 times. It's crazy. I know it's got to be crushing Netflix servers.
Yeah. Come to my house. I've been watching it before it was even on Netflix, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's excellent. Yeah, I gotta say, it's like with that, we're not gonna get deep into that. We'll have a one of the episodes we have planning coming up. I'm sure we'll do a Stranger Things once we're all finished and caught up. I know YoPeace just did that. Just a quick one. Good? Was it good? Was it good? Stranger Things, was it good? Season 3?
Nope, I'm not doing that. It was great.
All right, cool.
It was great. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm sorry. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I've only been hearing good things. I'm only on episode 2. I don't know how deep MSK's gotten, but once we're all 3 caught up, I know we're going to be doing a Stranger Things episode for sure.
Definitely.
About all 3 seasons and what's to come, what's not to come, and all that. And we'll most likely be doing an Everything Spider-Man episode at some point. Talk some Stan Lee, talk video games and cartoons and movies, and just go all out, all the accomplishments and all that. I will just take a moment to bring up that a great time for some good Spider-Man conversation. Like right now, we're gonna do a short review.
Yeah.
Obviously spoiler free, but there you go. But come August 10th, Saturday. Again, just want to announce we said in the other episodes, and we're posting stuff on social media and all that, but we will be paneling and tabling at the Sunrise City Comic-Con. You can get your tickets on sunrisefl.gov /Comic-Con. And again, that's Saturday, August 10th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Right now, if you get your tickets online, it's only $10 for adults, $7 for the kids, as long as you do it before August 2nd. And I'm bringing that up because the 3 panels, very Spider-Man related. One of them, we're doing retro Saturday morning cartoons.
Spider-Man.
And gotta say, for real, that's one of my favorite cartoons from a kid was the 90s Spider-Man. They did some great stuff in that series, and a lot of the stuff from the series, no spoilers, I'm not saying specifically, but there's some stuff that was in that series that was fantastic that I never thought I would get to see on screen I saw in this movie. Yeah, so that's it. No specifics, just saying that if you're a fan of that cartoon, you're going to get some incredible fan service in this film. Outside of that, we'll also be doing a MCU panel, which is kind of a post-Endgame, post-5. So we're definitely, and that's going to be, it's August 10th. So if by then you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home or Endgame, don't come to the panel.
No.
Because it's going to be full of spoilers. But the cool thing about it is you'll get to be part of the episode. You'll be in our audience, and you can make comments and ask questions and give some feedback. And we'll go
throw
back
a shoe
forth.
at us.
Scream out.
Wait.
Scream out loud.
Wait, what?
Disagree. A shoe? Honestly, who throws a shoe?
Oh man.
Oh, that's horrible. Just for that, we might get a shoe thrown at us.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But yeah, we'll have some sponsors, so we have some giveaways and things like that. We're giving stuff away and at our table as well, so it's a great opportunity. It's a family-friendly event. You know, we're going to talk all things, but 2 out of 3 of our panels are definitely going to have Spider-Man talk, and our third panel is going to be iconic villains of sci-fi and fantasy and film and television, so odds are there's going to be some Spider-Man talk.
There might be some Spider-Man there too.
Exactly. I mean, overall, just like all, you know, in animation and definitely in film, the Toby series, the Garfield series, you know, this series, there's, you know, some great villain talk so that will come up that will probably involve Spider-Man. So yeah, there'll probably be a lot of Spider-Man talk coming at that con. So yeah, I guess let's just start with the review before we get to anything else. And you saw it first, so you talk first and just start with like just an overall. What was your feel on it? Like, you know, did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it?
I liked it. I liked the film. I don't want to be that guy from the get go. It's a good film. Like you said, it was very fan based, and I did have some problems with it. But other than that, we'll definitely get into that when we actually review the film. But I liked it. I mean, I left satisfied with the outcome of the movie, how everything turned out. And I don't know, like I immediately text you guys and told you, you know, what I felt about it. So other than that, no spoilers, since I didn't spoil it for you guys either, because you know, you guys didn't get to see it yet. But I did have some problems with certain things, but overall it was a good film. And it came at the right time. I feel it came right after you know, that end game. So it came right. Like I said, it came right at the right time. That's just
it wasn't too soon.
No,
it wasn't too soon, and it make us wait too long. It was a good move. I gotta say, I saw it with YoPeace's brother. One of the downfalls
Silent
is
Bob.
that he's a lot. Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. He is a Silent Bob, but he is a lot like me. Like I don't know. Like he might have a more honest opinion seeing it a second time, because he's a lot like me. When he sees something, as soon as he walks out of the theater seeing it the first time, he's always like 9 out of 10 times in love with it. Yeah. You know, and so me watching it with him, then we just both kind of feed off that vibe. There's like no honesty, but I saw it a second time Saturday night with the wife. She hadn't seen it, and a little bit of our movie crew. And what I did catch is that some of the things that I actually did feel like I might have had an issue with in seeing it the first time, seeing it the second time, it kind of resolves those issues. Like I when you full see, I mean, very important. You stayed for mid credits and post credits, right?
Yes, of course.
You didn't leave the theater. You didn't leave the theater till the lights turned on.
Why? And I did see some people doing that. I still don't. Still don't understand it. Like, what's happening? What's happening? I actually gave a big warning to some people that were about to leave. Some people in our group looked at me since they knew I'd already seen it, and they're like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "No, stay in your seat." But why are they asking? What is going on?
I know.
What's happening?
I know. It's like, of course. Well, in fairness, Endgame just, you know, we had some some hammer hitting sounds from Iron Man's "All You Got," and I get it. It made sense for that. I will say that it's significant. Definitely stay mid credits. Definitely stay post credits, and they are significant. You do have some time from the mid credit to the post credit one to go to the bathroom if you're really holding it. This is nowhere near as long as Endgame, so you should be fine. But in case you have a couple drinks,
don't do that, because you never know how full those bathrooms are. Don't do that.
Yeah, that is true. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you got to go really, really bad and you want to risk it, you might have enough time. But in fairness, if you're good, just wait it out. Just wait it out. These are significant mid and post credits. Okay. This is not one of those patients, that's not a joke one. These are significant mid and post credits. You have to see them. Don't be a poser Marvel fan and get up like, I'll find out on YouTube. No. Sit there and watch them. They're important.
We're gonna leave it.
That's
at
all
that.
I'll give.
That's it.
That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say that's it. They're important. You have to see them. So that's it. You have to see them. So with that being said, that also seeing it a second time, it resolves some of the thoughts that I was having. There was some people in the first time we saw it, some of those rotten tomato type people saying some stuff that I'm like, no,
I don't do that. Also, I have questions. I have a lot of questions. Not a lot of questions.
I think that's what they want. I think this film was made in a way to give you a lot of questions, and that's why there's like not a lot of titles. There's a lot of untitled Marvel film. When you check like the Marvel catalog right now, coming out for the next like 3 or 4 years, most of them are untitled. You know what I mean? Like 90% of them are untitled.
So and many questions that I'm just like, why? What's going on? Like, come on, talk to me, Marvel, talk to me.
I know, seriously.
But again, I don't want to be that guy. So you say in your view, you're saying that you liked it, and the second time it became better, and it explained more for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it helped, which we'll probably talk after we're done recording. I'll point out a couple little things, because I actually had some stuff pointed out to me right before seeing it the second time. From a coworker of my wife's, and I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, I didn't notice that. And then when I was purposely kind of looking for it the second time, I'm like, yes, sir, that does line up, and like it was very interesting in that format. So there's some stuff here that's it's a good movie. I mean, I did like it the first time. I liked it even more the second time. Okay. I think I pretty much got what I needed. I think I will still enjoy the third, fourth, fifth time, whatever, when I watch it on, when it comes out on the Disney stream or whatever, on FX or, whatever it comes. I don't know if I end up seeing the theater a third time. Right. It could happen, but it's an enjoyable film. I don't need a third, fourth, or fifth, but it's worth it. It has some great dialogue. It has incredible effects. CGI effects, like I said earlier about stuff from the animators. There's some good stuff.
Yeah, I have to actually say that there's I'm again, no spoilers for anybody that has not seen it, but there is one scene that has been I think the best scene I've seen in a Marvel movie. For a while. Like, no, I'm not even kidding. Like, I may be overdoing this as a fan. But it was crazy. It was like a riot, and I couldn't believe that it was happening, and it was amazing. It was amazing. That's it. I'll leave it at that.
That's it. No, and you're spot on. Don't need to say what it is, but I know, and that's how I know exactly what you're talking about. And anybody who has seen it that's listening to this, they're enjoying it because they know exactly what you're talking about. And it's definitely something we're gonna talk about like crazy at that con on that panel, because they stepped up their game. I will say I saw it the first time in 3D.
Oh my goodness! I cannot even believe what that looked like.
And the scene you're talking about was fantastic in 3D. The only thing I will say, and I'm noticing this, unfortunately, I'm definitely not this guy because I still love 3D. I am noticing that some stuff, because of the transferring or the re-rendering or the whatnot, there's certain CGI moments that do look better when you don't see it in 3D because there's less detail. Right. And the lack of depth, it hides, like, I guess, like errors or imperfections, I'd have to say.
Of course.
So I will say that this movie is maybe worth watching the first time, not 3D. I would even say 3D is not really a must, because that scene that we're saying that you'll know what it is when you see it, it was great both times. I really didn't have an issue. It felt a little bit more impacting in 3D. Maybe it would have been awesome if it was in a D box or something like that, one of the ones that move and stuff.
Right.
But there's a lot of Easter eggs in the scene we're talking about. I mean, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie.
That's it. That's it. Yep.
That's it. That's it. But so it's like, I mean, it's another fan service film. It's another Marvel fan service film. They're gonna take care of you. Great acting, great performances, some good twists, some good surprises. I mean, just I really enjoyed everything about it. I really did. A lot of humor. I mean, a lot of but Marvel's usually pretty darn good about the humor. They do to make the effort to have good, clean comedy and to keep you entertained. And actually, a lot of stuff that was not in the previews. I was actually surprised finding this one because, I mean, we'll see in about 2 weeks when they start releasing more and more trailers and stuff.
Of course.
But I did think that Endgame gave a lot away
Oh
up
man,
to
the end
the
game
release.
was just I mean the end game was just way too much. Endgame really maybe made the movie less like maybe fans are having less of a like they reviewed it less for them or it felt less for them because of the trailers. Like the trailers was just way too much, giving away too much, too much. But whatever.
Yeah, I feel there was a lot, but this one, fortunately, leading up to release, even with the spoiler alert one, the spoiler alert one was one because of Endgame, because if you haven't seen Endgame
of course.
yet. And crazy, I don't know, did you see he was on the Graham Norton show. I personally love that show. I think it's a great way to interview celebrities and things like that. He got a lot of flack from his fellow Brits about a couple of spoilers, and they weren't Spider-Man Far From Home spoilers. They were Endgame spoilers. And I mean, we're talking about, like 3 months after Endgame came out almost. And he actually got some backlash for stuff. It's like, and he even said it because he goes, "Oh, you must be living under a rock." And I'm sorry to say it, he's kind of right. I mean, first of all, at this point, if you're watching Tom Holland interviews and you're not worried about getting a spoiler, like, okay, again, you're living under a rock. Just
no, it's
avoid
just the
Tom
fact,
Holland interviews.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is not even if you're like trying to avoid, like, don't watch his interviews, specifically him. Like
exactly.
Him, okay, the guy that they don't even give a script to like maybe the last minute. I'm sure he gets that.
Much.
I'm sure he goes into the locker room, like in his room, and then they give him the script. Like, here you go, read it, learn it. And then we'll do a take on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and they've talked about in other interviews, like all of them together, like all of them, they get like scripts with lines like blanked out, and like, I mean, it's so crazy, all the secrecy stuff. And so yeah, he's already known for not being the best secret keeper, but he made like spoiler like comments about Endgame, and like they got like, "Oh, I didn't know that was when." Like, but so what was your plan, to watch Far From Home before Endgame? Like, what do you mean? Like, what was
maybe
like
that? I mean, good luck with that spoiler.
Oh, wow, that, like, ruined.
Oh my goodness,
ruined the movie for you. It's
like,
insane,
completely.
What's insane?
But let's move on. Let's move on because I feel like at some point we're gonna get carried away and we're gonna give something really bad.
No, I know. I already know. I already know what you're thinking about too. We're gonna talk about it after. We're gonna talk about it after the episode because it's great. But yeah, I'm just saying some humorous stuff, some great stuff. I mean, I love it. I thought it's a typical Marvel movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's very entertaining. Did you like it more than Homecoming?
I did. I did.
You did?
I did.
I think I did too.
I did like them more than Homecoming. I don't know. Homecoming, like, it's a good movie. I don't get me wrong. He's obviously the perfect, for me, like right now he is the perfect Spider-Man. Peter.
By far.
But I felt I didn't get into the big hype as everybody did with Homecoming. It was a good movie. It's a solid movie, but it didn't do it for me. This one actually did it for me. Again, there's things that I didn't like about it, but other than that, I enjoyed it more than Homecoming. So that's just where I'm at.
I feel this actually felt more like the first Spider-Man movie of the MCU.
Yes,
actually, I really feel Civil War was his tidbit introduction, like not even an introduction, just a kind of like, okay, we're bringing him into the not even his intro, just his bringing him aboard, like right. This character now exists in the MCU, which I kind of like. I'm like, you know what, I don't know what they're going with because and there's no spoilers here for Far From Home. Some spoilers, spoiler alert, for Homecoming, and which is insane because I don't know how you're getting through the order of these films if you haven't seen Homecoming yet. But they didn't get into and it's the same thing. Like, we've seen it so many times, and don't get me wrong, the Tobey Maguires, they're there, they're not horrible.
Right.
I mean, I just the quality just gets better and better. But we got the origin story. Then we got it again in the Guard. They tried to do it a little bit differently to not be so in depth the way we were Toby, because same thing, it already happened.
Yeah.
So I really like that this is like, we're not doing the origin story. Right. You know it. You know what I mean? You know it.
Yeah.
And then I really not sure because in that movie they don't mention like an Uncle Ben, and there's a lot of things which I don't know, maybe like because their angle is, well, Tony Stark is the Uncle Ben, which in Homecoming he pretty much is. He's the one that's putting him on the path, and he's the one who put him on the path in Civil War. So I mean, that's the incredible thing too. Is like, this is movie number 5 for the MCU Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you blink in an eye, but that's what I felt. I felt they just brought him aboard Civil War. They introduced him in Homecoming, and that's what I feel like. It wasn't a Spider-Man movie. It was more of a introduction now, just a little bit more detail because Civil War wasn't about him as a character in the MCU. And then he had a very pivotal role for Tony Stark, you know what I mean? For Infinity War and Endgame, and that was his job there. And then everything that came for that is what's now built him as a more individual character of Spider-Man, and now giving him Far From Home, and that's why I say like now this feels like
this is definitely the Spider-Man.
This is the Spider-Man movie of the MCU. So that's why I think it is an upgrade, and it's gonna feel better because people are gonna feel like, okay, yeah, this is a Spider-Man movie. This isn't still them trying to hash him and blend him into this already built universe. And they took their time to do it. You know what I mean? They brought him in one movie, gave him a movie. He was in the other 2 movies, and now they're really taking off in the character, not just mashing it in there and like, okay, just take it. He's a main character now. Like, I really feel that if you look at it, in more depth, that this was a real good building towards this moment, and of course you're just going to be looking forward to what's to come, and that's pretty much our review. It's again a must see. You got to see it in the theaters. We were talking about it earlier. If you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, hey, it's on Netflix. You got to see that.
You got it.
That's another thing.
Have to.
Yeah.
That one, it's just another one.
Endgame was fantastic, and we're gonna get to our necessity soon too. But if you think about it, 2019 is everything's looking Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like 2019 is a serious Spider-Man year.
Well, I mean, you yourself, you just came from a Comic-Con, right? Like,
yes, I did.
Like every corner, every corner you looked, I'm sure every turn you took, there was a Spider-Man somewhere.
It's and it's great because from this year alone of Spider-Man, and from the last 2 years of Spider-Man, like the cosplay has gotten so interesting. I mean, check our social media. I gotta say, I'll just plug that one part, and then YoPeace will give you all the details in a little bit before we do the Nerdcessity. This is kind of a bit of a shorter episode because it's a review, and MSK is not with us, so it's not gonna be too in depth. No. But I just gotta say, check our social media. It's at FanCorrect. Am I saying that right? At FanCorrect. That for Instagram.
You're saying it right.
Yeah, perfect. Specifically for that one, because I was able to get a few. I was only able to go for one day, and I went with a little cousin, and it was more about making sure he had fun and he was entertained. We didn't get to panel this one; it was a little complicated, but I will say that the SuperCon this year is pretty good. And we went on Friday, and some great cosplay. I was able to put some pictures on the Instagram, and there's some great Spider-Verse costume characters. I will say, just go online and look at the stuff people are doing, because Spider-Verse has so much to give. If you do the math, I mean, you've seen the trailers for Far From Home. We're getting so many Spider-Man costumes. Yeah. It's not even funny. Yeah, it's a lot. The cosplayers are going to town with it, and it's really cool. I mean, other than specifically the Miles Morales Spider-Man, he's kind of the new Deadpool, which is because it's a really cool Spider-Man costume.
It's so easy. Not easy, but like it's such an easier thing to make. You just gotta have the right look.
So you had the Miles Morales without the hoodie. There's Miles Morales with the hoodie. There's with the sneakers, and there's Miles. Then there was there's the Spider-Man Homecoming, that hoodie one. I mean, just say, and then you see Spider-Gwens, and
the Gwens are everywhere.
Yeah, she's the new Harley. That's the thing. Like, yes. I was saying, Miles Morales the new Deadpool, and Spider-Gwen's the new Harley. I saw very few Deadpools, very few Harleys, and now tons of Miles Moraleses and tons of Gwen, Spider-Gwens, but like different versions of them. And then people were having some fun with the concept of a Spider-Verse and making other,
you know what I mean, like
stuff we're not seeing.
The mashups are amazing.
Mashups and like just their own version. Like, well, because it's kind of a big what if.
Yeah,
and is what it is, and so you're getting all kinds of Spider. It's really fun. It's really interesting. So it did make SuperCon a little bit that more interesting. And I posted pictures of that too, because I'm a big custom Lego minifigure guy, which you can only pretty much get those on the cons or maybe online. Lego doesn't make everything, and I got a Spider Noir, which is awesome. Like they had some good stuff, and really a lot of good collectible stuff. And I mean, just everything's looking Spider-Man this year. So I definitely had to say that. I will give my take a little bit that like you're saying, I think he is hands down the best Spider-Man after this movie. I think that, I mean, I can understand some of the concerns you have, and I think everyone else, nothing's perfect. There might be issues or taste and
that's
preferences and things
that's the thing, Omega. That's the thing that I want people to understand. Like, like again, you said it. That nothing is perfect, man. Like these people, it's hard to make these films and to get things as perfect as the comic books. Yes, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get that perfect comic book. You're gonna get close to it, but even things like Deadpool, it's amazing and it's very close to the comic book. But it still has things that are not, that are not perfect about it. Like, I don't think there's anything perfect out there. It's just enjoy the ride.
You can't please.
Enjoy the ride.
You can't. You can't please everyone.
Yeah, and don't get so like into the what you want, but just enjoy the ride. Yeah. It's just that's how I think people should go see these movies.
Yeah, enjoy what you can. I think just I don't, again, with the social media of people noticing we've been posting little reviews of movies. This is probably something I might just have us do each 2 sentences. Like once MSK is caught up, give a 2 sentence, you a 2 sentence, me 2 sentences, and we'll post that on the social. But since we're doing this, we won't have there's really not a rush for that because this is the review, and then we'll have a kiss by when we do talk about it in August. Full of spoilers, and we'll get into detail there. But the point I'm making is there's things that everyone has preferences. Everyone has, and the reason I'm bringing up the reviews because it's almost like the film Aladdin. I'm not gonna get into depth about that, but I didn't love it. You know what I mean? But there was things I enjoyed about it.
Right.
So I'm not just gonna hate the things I enjoy because I don't overall, you know what I mean?
Right.
Love it. I can still say, for me personally, there's very few films or TV shows, whatever, just that everything is an agonizing pain for me, or nothing is worthwhile. There's not too many things. I mean, anything that bad, I am able to check out. YoPeace over here at MSK are a little bit better at that. If there's things that are too bad for them like that, I don't even care about what I enjoy.
Yeah, no,
you guys check out more.
That's the way I am. That's definitely like. I don't want to waste my time. I'm sorry. If you're not trying, I'm not trying either.
Yeah. So I'll come with that. But yeah, it's a great film. I mean,
yes,
it
is.
It's definitely worth watching. I don't think anybody listening to this wasn't planning to watch it anyways, or hasn't seen it by now. I know they're having a good opening weekend, but I will say that for me as well. I think that with this film in play, again, it's not perfect, but I think that combined with what he did in Civil War, what he did in Homecoming, and what they've done with the character in Infinity War and Endgame and everything, I feel that I think hands down the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe is definitely the cinematic way to go.
Yes,
he's already got 2 over the other guys, but not as the main character so far. He's only done 2 as the main character, and not that I don't think Toby was horrible. I didn't like a lot of the choices they made with the Toby films. I don't think a lot of them were his fault. He's actually a pretty darn good actor. A lot of movies he's done I've really liked. And Andrew Garfield I love also. He's another great actor.
That cry though.
Yeah, no. And unfortunately, some things you got to blame with the director because what's that movie Brothers? The one that he did with Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh wow, it's funny. They're both in the. They're both in the Spider-Man movies now. But he's incredible. That's some great acting.
Listen, I get it. Like you saw, I just posted up a Twitter on how my son has actually and he's actually loving.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah,
YoPeace's son.
Yeah,
he is taking credit for that. His son is the one that likes Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he likes it. Like it really I don't know what it is about the movie. I'm assuming it's a lot of it's more action. The bad guy, the Sandman, like all this. He enjoys it. He enjoys that part of it, and it's a film. Like he goes for this movie now. Like
I'm gonna wait.
I get I don't get it, but I get it. I don't because I really cannot stand that film.
Well, in fairness, and I mentioned this on other episodes. He's 17 now. How old the movie is, but he was 5 at that time, so it's the same age as YoPeace's son. it resonates, and I don't know about maybe he just liked the action or whatever, but I remember with a little cousin that I took, when he saw that I had mentioned he cried when Harry died in it, so it didn't just resonate the action or whatever, it impacted him, storyline wise. I was just like, whatever, you know what I mean? I was a grown man. I'm like, and I was just so upset with that movie getting to that scene already. I'm like, yeah, okay, good, he's dead. Like I don't care. Like I was not feeling it. So I'm gonna have a Theo conversation with your kid,
but
when
it's
he's
all
in
the
another 5 years.
combination.
I'm gonna wait till he's like 10. But I'm gonna make him rewatch it and be honest.
But I'm sure he'll figure it out. But it's all the combination because like he loves the new what's his face?
Spider-Verse.
Well, yeah, he loves into the Spider-Verse. He loves the Venom movie. He loves the Venom movie.
Okay, with Tom Hardy. Okay,
so him watching that movie, I guess to him it's new. You know what I mean? Because he's got Venom in it. He's got Sandman. He's got like villains. He's got the Green Goblin. Like he's got things that he just everything is there for him. And we never got our Sinister Six.
I completely get why that movie would resonate with a 5-year-old.
right.
Which aren't going to have the best critical, deep thinking of what makes a good movie a good movie.
At all.
Especially compared to other movies. Because I will give it that. I mean, that's the whole thing too, is like, unfortunately certain films suffer, and I'll go back to that, just because it's a recent one, like, the Aladdin live action, you compare it to the animated, it's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what it is too. At the time, I didn't see it as bad of a film, just like the Tim Burton Batmans, you know what I mean? Like, and then came the Christopher Nolan ones. It's like, they're not as bad of films till something much better comes out along. So it hurts when if the Garfield, which to me the Garfield movies were a step up, and now the Tom Hollands are a bigger step up. If the Garfield would have been a step down from the Tobey Maguire ones, it would have gotten some bad flack. You know what I mean? Because it's like, are you kidding me? And but it would help. Not helps, but unfortunately builds towards a look at films of being like, that's not a great film. Like, I don't remember thinking it was as bad as it was at the time. Then after seeing the Andrew Garfield movies, like, that's a horrible.
That's terrible.
But compared to that, for what it was, when it was, there were some bad choices, there were things you like. But when you take out what is good in it, and I'm not gonna say the CGI in those films are good, the fight sequences are good, and especially, and I know that's what he's most likely digging, is that big fight scene at the end where Harry dies, because it's so much happening. It's Venom, and and Spider-Man, and it's great to see the all black Venom Spider-Man suit.
Of course,
the symbiotic suit is so cool. I mean, so I get that. And there's a lot of good, like, iconic, the all black waking up in front of the mirrored building, and there's some great shots.
Which is funny that you brought that up, because Into the Spider-Verse has the dance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And every time the dance comes on in the movie, he's like, Dad, here's the dance from Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
It's so bad.
I get it. Still bad for me.
Emo jazz. Oh man, for you to have to
still
watch
bad
that
for
again.
me.
The
right?
Sacrifices
but he
of a
is
parent.
so excited about it, and it's cool to see it through his eyes, because it's like man, I want to get his eyes, and I want to be able to see everything like that, just like that. But at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. Other than that, let's remind people where they can find us, so they can just reach us at fanaticallycorrect.com. There you'll have the actual links where it'll take you to your favorite podcasts, like things like Spotify, Google Play Podcasts, your Apple Podcasts. We also are on PodBean, and especially on Apple and PodBean, you can give us a review there and just let us know how we're doing with our show, what you like, what you don't like, what you want off, whatever it is. If you want my mic muted, I don't care. Just give us a review. Let us know what you want. And AnyPod, don't forget the AnyPod works with Alexa or your Any Echo. And then again, our ad handle for Instagram is FanCorrect. Also for Twitter is FanCorrect. And then our Facebook is Fanatically Correct. And we as well is Fanatically Correct. Other than that, that's where you can reach us. And We also have a phone number, 786-704-8404. If you want to leave a voicemail, instead of
long distance.
instead of typing. And yes, no long distance. We don't pay. We ain't got the money, and you ain't got the money. So you might as well not even call.
Not do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it. But yeah, again with the reviewing, review us, because if that helps us trend, then we can get more episodes out. If you actually are enjoying us and you want more episodes, the more we trend, the more we're able to get available and make time and knock more of these out and get more consistent for you. I will say we have a pretty good necessity. Before we do it, I just want to make mention, because it was something I read, and I believe I mentioned it to MSK and YoPeace, so I want to mention it again so it starts building up towards that, because I haven't read comic books in a while, but I'm really looking forward to actually reading a comic book, because again, it's Spider-Man. J.J. Abrams, which a lot is going on right now with J.J. Abrams with Bad Robot.
He's got his hands full right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, and he did start. He brought back Star Trek. He brought back Star Wars, and now he might be working with Warner Brothers and DC, and there's a lot going on.
It's amazing, but it's scary. It's scaring me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's scaring me. I don't know how's the attention deficit is. I don't know what's happening, but that Star Wars, like you better bring it.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he's done after that, and they're bringing in the guys who did Game of Thrones. I think they're going to do the next Star Wars film. So I would say he's going to have some time in his hand, but apparently he's been making some time in the middle of all of this that's going on right now, because he's actually with his son, who I believe is in his 20s, who's already a writer as well. And then the wife, I mean, it's a whole writing, production, film family. Abrams are going to be a big Hollywood name. But him and his son are actually doing a comic series of Spider-Man, and it starts in September, and I think the whole thing will be available not immediately the same day, but like weekly or whatever through September. It's only a 5-part series, so 5 comics, and I'm looking forward to it. They created their own villain for Spider-Man. His name's gonna be Cadaverous. That's all they're giving. Obviously, A.J. Abrams is a big secret guy name with stuff. So,
Cadaverous.
But it's Cadaverous. That sounds interesting, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. I'll know for sure once we see some interviews and things like that about it when it comes out. But just a little excited. So can't necessity that, because obviously it's not out yet, but building towards it, because that might end up being a necessity once we read it, and it might be one of those things that we're going to want to see an animated series of, or a mini series, or maybe something that they'll adapt. And because I don't know, maybe he is thinking that in the way they're writing this, and by creating a new villain, something that the MCU might take on and incorporate. Yep. So I mean, or even Spider-Verse, because we know we're gonna get a sequel of that and whatnot. So I just wanted to make mention of that. But the Nerdcessity, and I think I'll let YoPeace, because I mean, I don't know. He's definitely played it a little bit more than me, but he's definitely watched it been played.
Yeah,
a lot more than me. And I have it. MSK has it, and I'm sure it's something we'll be able to have more conversation on when we do that Everything Spider-Man episode in the near future. Where we all purposely want to play it more, and that's that Spider-Man for PS4.
Yeah, the Spider-Man game, man. The Spider-Man game is actually really good. Like,
it's mind blowing. I've personally only played about 5 minutes of it. Well, not a little bit longer than that. I've probably played maybe a good 2 hours worth of it. But wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's Marvel Spider-Man. Yep. It's man. I put it this way. I remember when I first bought the Spider-Man game for PlayStation. For
the first PlayStation, right? PlayStation. When I was thinking that, because it has the whole thing with the different costumes, and Stan Lee, that's the one with Stan Lee's like narrating the whole game, right? Is that the same one?
It might be. Yeah, it might be. I just remember the graphic. I just remember the graphic on that, and it was not as good.
Yeah.
But in comparison, like for that time, it was actually pretty cool,
Yeah.
But man, what we got now, it's so amazing. I couldn't even believe like how well they got in the Spider-Man like web slinging and the web swinging, and it's crazy, man. It is crazy. It's a great game. It's a great game. I don't know, like if I had to rate it out of 5, I'll give it a 4, because it's really up there. Like I don't know. That's just how I feel.
With the little bit of I've played of it, I would already give it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I think there's a good chance that by the time I'm actually finished that game, which is kind of how I went into it, and I will make the comparison. This is for Spider-Man games what the Arkham Dark Knight games were for Batman.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it really feels that way story wise. So far, it's getting there, and that's what I mean by like if it does the same thing as the Arkham storyline is incredible.
Well, that is why I rated it a 4. So not only the storyline, so I mean it was put out more for kids. Obviously, like they can't get too crazy with it, but there's when they first showed us this game, I should have known better. Like if you go back and compare what they were gonna give us to what they gave us. There's actually videos on YouTube that you can see side by side on what they I should have obviously known better, but I wanted that. And that's why I'm a little disappointed, because there were certain things that I wanted, which it worked out, because it was just so much goodness in that little piece that they showed us that I guess they couldn't even I guess our PlayStation would not be able to handle it. Let's just put it that way. But it's close enough. It's close enough, and the game is really good. Like I say, get it if you don't have it. Yeah. Get it for your kids. They'll enjoy it. They'll enjoy it more than you. I promise you, they'll enjoy it more than you. You're not gonna be able to touch that controller. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the bad thing I noticed. It is in the YoPeace home. It is definitely a fight with his son for to get control of that game.
And my daughter,
when he's deep in it. Oh, she's into it too. Oh, let's forget about it. It's the whole the wife also. She jumping in on that, or she probably just enjoys the watching.
No, she does enjoy the watching though. She doesn't. There's barely any.
No, it is great. I mean, from what I've gotten, if by the time I finish that game, if the story holds up, I mean, we'll see. If I like it more, then maybe I'll give it a 5-star or a 4.5 star. For now, from what I've played, it is incredible. I will make mention, and YoPeace can confirm this for me as of right now, I think still, what's cool about it is you can download a skin for the costume of Spider-Man that's from the current film that's out right now, Spider-Man Far From Home. And it's the black and red one, right? There's several. You see them in the posters in the film. There's several from Far From Home, or just one?
There's 2 from Far From Home.
Okay,
that are free right now.
They're both free. Oh, I'm gonna get up when I'm done with this. I don't know how long they're gonna do that for.
And there's also there's so many costumes in this game. So many costumes. So many. You're just not. I feel like you're just gonna be doing what we do in GTA, just changing your clothes all the time.
I love doing that. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to doing definitely, because I haven't gotten that far yet where I can change the skin. So I'm definitely gonna get these free ones, because I don't want to pay for skins. But I'm gonna take advantage of that. And it's a great game. I mean, if you don't have a PS4, I mean, I've heard several purist Xbox guy goes like, yes, that one regret that they have that they don't have a PS4 is that they can't get the Spider-Man game. And I think it's one of those.
You know what? We got our own regret now with Keanu Reeves being on the other side.
Yeah, Cyberpunk. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I might end up being a double console owner, because I don't know.
Each his own,
I don't know. It's rough. It's rough to hold out. But if I can't, then I won't, and that'll be the game for me on the other end. Like, I guess that's the one game I don't get to play.
I guess he got me.
It's an incredible game. Great necessity. We usually don't do video games. It felt like for this one, it was a good stitch for this.
And again, I'm sorry for those gamers that are like, man, you couldn't get more into details about it. Well, guess what? I just told you my kids are playing it more than me, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't give you more details.
I'm truly hoping that I will get deep enough into that I can give some detail, or maybe we have a gaming episode or something like that, or we have some friends of the shows that do Twitch, and maybe we can cross platform with them or something to get a little bit more detail.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be actually fun.
So something fun to do, because this is one of those games. I mean, it is so fun. I like the free roam aspect of it. That's pretty good. I know PS3 had one at one point that had a pretty decent free roam aspect. This one is, I mean, it's just
PS2
great.
also had one. I think it was PS2 that had one.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think it might have been PS2. I'm not sure. I haven't played a Spider-Man game in a while. But this one, when I first got the PS4, I mainly got my PS4 for Red Dead Redemption 2. Got back into GTA 5 getting in there, and then this was one of the games I'm like, you know what, if I got it now, I'm gonna get it. And actually I got it as a gift, but it was one of my requested, like my mom got it for me as a Christmas gift, and totally worth it. I haven't played it as much as I want to, but after seeing this movie and with those skins, and I have a feeling when I download the skin, I end up playing at least another couple hours or whatnot and go down the rabbit hole.
Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. I'll drink a lot of coffee. And,
no kidding.
Good luck.
We'll go from there. So that's for, and that's just Spider-Man, right? I haven't looked at the cartridge. It doesn't say the game is just Spider-Man. That's the name of the game.
It's Marvel's Spider-Man.
Just Spider-Man, just Marvel Spider-Man.
Yep.
And so that's it. That's our no spoilers. I'm glad we actually got through it, so MSK didn't have to edit anything out.
We didn't get an angry phone call like, I cannot believe you. Well, I really hope that we didn't say anything. That I don't even remember my last 5 seconds right now. So I really hope nothing came through.
Yeah, we walked the thin line and caught ourselves. There's a lot of things that are happening in our head just from talking about other things. They're like, oh, like I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but I want to say so much. I want to say so much. But until the next time, this is one thing I did want to say though. Man, Spider-Man needs a new song already. Is it time that we remake it?
It does.
It
does have a new song. Spider-Man does have a new song.
Stop it.
You're a sunflower.
Stop it.
You're a sunflower.
Stop it right now. We need a new Spider-Man theme song, people. Enough for this Spider-Man.
Listen, man, nobody jams to that song in their car not thinking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm just saying.
It's true. That is true.
There's no way. I don't know. That's another one of those to the beat of the rhythm. Like, do I like the song because of the movie? Do I like the movie because no, trust me. I like the song because of the movie.
It's definitely the movie.
And this one there is no question about it. I like that song because of that movie. I don't know if that's a song I'd like if it wasn't for the movie. So this is we're wrapping it up. This is Omega saying peace.
No peace, Peters.
And there you have it, folks. This has been Fanatically Correct. Until next time, you crazy kids. Signing off.